In this episode, we're diving into the top 5 hidden factors that can quietly sabotage sperm quality and lower your chances of conception. Whether you've already done a semen analysis or haven't quite looked into male fertility yet, you'll learn what might be going unnoticed and how to start improving sperm health today. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast. Today we're talking about sperm quality because, yes, this journey is a team effort unless you're a solo parent by choice. And here's something that most people don't realize is male factor issues contribute to nearly 50% of fertility struggles. Yet sperm health is often a complete afterthought or worse, completely ignored. So whether your partner has been told, quote unquote, everything looks fine or normal, or you haven't tested yet, today I'm going to share 5 common things that can silently sabotage sperm quality and what you can do about them to change that. So let's dive in. Number one, and this is probably one of the easier things that you can do to help improve the quality of sperm is heat exposure. So sperm don't like it hot. They like to be in a cooler environment for optimal health. So the testes are outside of the body for a reason, and they need a slightly cooler temperature to be able to produce healthy motile sperm. So here is where heat can sneak in and you might not even be realizing this. So hot tubs and saunas, right? I feel like saunas are all the rage right now for detoxing and just health in general. Like I have a sauna as well at my house, but that could be a culprit in diminishing and lowering your sperm health, even though it's like a health hack. Tight underwear, so briefs. Like if we can't get good circulation in the groin area, that can increase the temperature. Sitting for long periods of time, so whether it's a sedentary lifestyle, desk jobs, right? Maybe your partner really likes to play video games and they do that for hours on end. Or if they have like a job where they're driving constantly, Uber drivers, truck drivers, things like that. Having a laptop directly on your lap, or this is a really common one, is having your phone in your pocket, which is right next to the groin area. So all of these things are going to increase the temperature around the testes, and that can have a not so great effect on sperm health if you're trying to get pregnant. So some tips here, switch to boxers. If you can, they even say sleeping in the nude at nighttime can be another good thing you can do. Skip the sauna session, skip the hot tub session, keep devices off of your lap and move your body, right? Set a reminder on your phone to move your body every 30 to 60 minutes or so. So pretty easy things that we can control. Number 2 is environmental toxins. There are environmental toxins that we can't control, and then there are some that we can control. So we don't want to overstress about this because in this modern day and age, there's just a lot of things that unfortunately we don't have control in. So that's why we want to lower our toxin burden by controlling the things that we can. So everyday toxins can damage sperm DNA, can decrease the count, it can reduce motility, morphology. All of these things are so important in not just fertilizing the egg, but also with the placenta and the health of the pregnancy and the health of baby. It has such a big impact. So plastics, I feel like we have all heard about BPA. at this point, right? The problem is, even if you're buying a plastic that says it's BPA free, it is being replaced with some other form of chemical in the plastic that we just don't know enough about in this time. There's not enough studies at this time about whatever it is that they're using to replace it. At some point down the road, we will then know that, oh, that was also no good to our health. So one thing that you could easily do is reduce your plastic water bottle usage, right? Get a reusable water bottle. Try to limit or completely eliminate any food in plastic containers. So if you think about going out to eat or like ordering, I don't know, even when you get like those ready-made meals at, even if it's like a nicer grocery store, like we have Wegmans up here, they're storing the food in plastic. And likely they're putting the food hot in that plastic. So we want to reduce plastics as much as we can. Definitely, definitely, definitely no reheating your food in plastic Tupperware at home. I highly recommend using glass Tupperware. And if you are using plastic Tupperware, just make sure you're taking the food out and reheating that. You just don't want to reheat your food in plastic. Pesticides on produce. So if you go to the EWG it's either .org or .com, they have something that's called the Dirty Dozen, which is the top 12 fruits and vegetables that have been tested and found to have the highest levels of pesticides. So those things you want to buy organic. And then there's another list called the Clean 15. They have lower levels of pesticides, and you could feel a little bit better about buying those conventionally if you're not in a place where you can buy everything organic. But then also think about pesticides in the outer environment as well. I had a client call yesterday and they have a company come and spray their yard. So it's not just pesticides on our food, it's pesticides in our environment as well. I'm pretty sure when we bought our house, the previous owners used pesticides. They left it in the garage. The landscaping was so nice and perfect. We do not use pesticides. It's like the grass and stuff has grown in, like where there was some stone laid down and whatnot. And it is what it is. There are some natural options for weeds and things like that that you can look up. Household cleaners, colognes, laundry detergent, all of these things, you want to use cleaner, non-toxic versions. This is definitely something that I take a deep dive in with my clients, making sure that they are swapping whatever they may have for less or non-toxic products. I've been on this like cleaner living journey since 2016, so I know a lot about that. You can also go to the EWG website and look at their ratings for different things. There's a few different apps as well that you can scan the barcode and it will give you a rating. I personally think that educating yourself is best because I've seen the apps sometimes and I don't always agree with the ratings that they give things. Personal care products, synthetic fragrances, like all of these things. So the ladies, right? We might need to help our men a little bit in this area. Sometimes it just might not be an area of interest to them, but what they're putting on and around their bodies matters just as much as for you, okay? Some things you can do is have a water filter, use organic produce when possible. This includes pasture raised, wild caught animal protein as well. Swap out personal and home products for cleaner, less toxic options. Think simple ingredients that you can read and understand, fragrance free. Sometimes plant-based can be a healthier option as well. And then we have nutrient deficiencies. So making healthy sperm requires a lot of micronutrients, including zinc, selenium, vitamin C, vitamin E, CoQ10. And if your partner is not being intentional with what they're eating and they have a poor diet, maybe they drink alcohol or soda or sugary drinks, or they have a high stress job or something like that, his nutrient levels could be depleted. So, common causes of depletion could include highly processed diets, so foods that are processed, alcohol use, over-exercising, chronic stress. I like to start all of my clients on a men's fertility focused supplement along with a whole foods diet rich in antioxidants and nutrients. And this can make a huge difference. And I have seen sperm parameters improve with just 90 days of targeted support. I have a few different men prenatals that I recommend, but I will link below in the show notes the top one that I do recommend. Number 4 is EMF exposure. So this is pretty much like electromagnetic radiation that is coming from our phones, Wi-Fi, that we are just really inundated and surrounded with. If you think about all the things that we have that is connected to Bluetooth, like our cars, Alexa, if you have Alexa, your phone, if you have any smart watches or rings and things like that. And then just other things in the house as well. Like we have cameras here and those are all connected to Wi-Fi. Like it's just everywhere and we can't see it. So we don't even really think about it. So this is a newer area of research and studies are coming out all the time, but studies are suggesting that long-term exposure to EMFs from cell phones, laptops, Wi-Fi routers can negatively impact sperm motility and morphology. So some tips with that would be to avoid carrying your phone in your front pocket and turn Wi-Fi off at night at possible, keeping any electronic devices away from the pelvic area. You can turn your phone on airplane mode at night. And then there are some things that you can do as well. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but Safe Sleeve has some things that I personally use. So it's a little laptop. I don't even know what you would call it. It basically sits underneath my laptop and it's supposed to block the radiation and the EMFs coming from my laptop. I also have a phone case from Safe Sleeve as well. Do your research. There's a lot of different ones that are available at this point in time to help reduce that impact. And then number 5 is unaddressed stress and sleep deprivation. So men can sometimes downplay their stress. Maybe they don't really like to talk about their emotions or things that are stressing them out as much as maybe a woman would, but it can still have a negative effect on their hormones. So, chronic stress can increase cortisol, which can suppress testosterone. And poor sleep can also contribute to a recipe for sluggish, low sperm count. Okay. So we want to prioritize stress reduction, whatever that may look like for him specifically. It could be having someone that he feels safe to talk to. Maybe you and him can talk about how to build like a safe space to openly communicate with each other your thoughts and concerns about things. Maybe he could have a friend, family member, counselor, therapist, whatever it may be to help reduce his stress. Breath work is amazing, walks, finding a hobby, anything that really would fill his cup up and feel safe for him. And then, of course, we want to aim for 7 to 9 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep. So I like to recommend to my clients to follow a sleep wake cycle where you're going to bed and waking up around the same time. You want to get that first morning natural light in your eyes. That's going to help set your circadian rhythm. Sleeping in a darker environment, cooler, all of those things. Here is the good news is sperm regenerates every 72 to 90 days. So what that means is with just 3 months of intentional changes, that can create a brand new, healthier batch of sperm. So, how amazing is that? And I've personally seen my male clients go from poor morphology, poor motility, low counts, and high DNA fragmentation to having healthy sperm parameters with some of the shifts that we discussed today. Okay. And another thing that I do want to mention, speaking about the 72 to 90-day period, is a lot of times I'm seeing in the DMs with some of the conversations that I'm having is people saying, "Yeah, my husband's sperm looked fine on the analysis." And then I'll ask them, "When did they get that test done?" And they'll say 2 to 3 years ago. So whatever his sperm looked like even a year ago is different than what his sperm could look like now. And even if he's fathered a child before in the past, does not guarantee that he can father a child now, a healthy child in the least. This is something that, like, as a woman, you're always constantly getting your hormones tested and all of these things. Like, I feel that a man who is actively trying to conceive, if it's not happening, you want to test that about every 6 months. Okay. So just because they had a good one time, that doesn't mean that they're in the clear to not worry about dietary, lifestyle, supplement changes, things like that. So just remember, fertility is a we thing, not just a me thing, okay? Unless you're a solo parent by choice. When both partners take ownership of this journey, your chances of conceiving, either naturally or with assisted help, go up dramatically. And if you think about it, parenthood is a team effort. So if you are having trouble being a team on this fertility journey, then you may need to ask yourself, what is the parenthood journey going to look like? This is something that you're going to want to figure out together now. And just a reminder, you don't have to figure this out alone. You have so many resources to help you along the way. I'm here to help you. Just shoot me a message on Instagram. More than happy to have a chat with you and just talk about potential best steps for your specific situation. So, some things just to summarize what we talked about today. Sperm health is affected by more than just genetics, okay? Daily habits like heat exposure, EMFs, nutrient depletion, stress, sleep can have a major impact. Environmental toxins are silent saboteurs of male fertility, but they're fixable with lifestyle changes. And sperm regenerate around every 90 days, meaning there is always a brand new opportunity to improve the quality and increase your chances of conception. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for listening. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you on our Thursday episode where we will unpack a key nutrient that can naturally support boosting sperm health. I'll see you then.